I love a game that can tell its story through its environmental design or music, telling a story with little to no dialogue to the player so they can figure out for themselves what's going on. Some games are more subtle with this, while others can be a bit more blunt to say the least. This type of storytelling in games is usually reserved to indie games, or at least smaller game studios. There have been several great games that use this formula, one of my all-time favorites being Limbo. Limbo is a 2D horror platformer that takes you control of a child walking around in the dark forest. You know who this kid is, why he's there, what their goal is, or what really is going on in the forest. There's no dialogue, all just told through its environments. But that game again is more of a horror game, while the game I will be talking about today is a lot more light-hearted and is also one of my all-time favorite games. Unravl, a little 2D platformer developed by Coldwood, a small indie studio that sought out to create a platformer where you play as an adorable little buddy made of yarn. I remember seeing the trailer for it when I was younger and I was blown away. And to say the least, when it released, I was not disappointed. But I did notice that nobody seems to talk about it. The closest I've seen to someone knowing it exists was someone replying to a tweet of mine saying, "Oh yeah, it's that game that often goes on sale." And that's pretty sad, to be honest, because this game is amazing, an absolute work of art that more people should play. With that out of the way, let's jump into the main video and unravel it. This is Unravl. Unravl opens up with a cutscene of an old lady sitting on a table in a living room. She closes the book and goes to the other room, and right after, our little red protagonist made of yarn is here, called Yarny. You can start walking around and exploring the house, and it's very nice and cozy. This is such a Scandinavian house if you've ever seen one, which makes total sense because this game was developed by a Swedish company. Around the house you can enter the levels by finding these picture frames, accessing the memories from when they were taken. So the goal of the game is to play through the levels, collecting the memories and finding the red little ribbon at the end of the stage. It's a pretty simple formula that works so well for this game. First, I need to mention that I love how Yarny controls. He is small, so he's not heavy, but he still has weight to him, not feeling like a piece of paper. There was never a moment that a problem controlling this little guy. At first the moveset seems very simple, just walking and jumping, but Yarny, thanks to his red string, he can perform multiple types of actions. He can drag objects with it, he can use it to swing around, he can tie 2 points to make a platform for pushing objects or to jump high in the air, and lastly he can use it to slowly climb down or climb up. A pretty versatile moveset that he used to its full advantage. This game has puzzles based on around the physics. Despite not being a hard game, there were definitely times my brain would go, how do I solve this? Sometimes the game will get challenging with how to solve a puzzle or how to overcome an obstacle. The game does get challenging at some point with how to solve a puzzle or how to overcome an obstacle. You will have to platform your way through different obstacles and environments, from the nice calm summer beach to the more cold machines being turned on. They always manage to make the scenarios fun to platform through and make it fresh whenever you enter a new memory. Now while the game does throw obstacles that can kill you, there is also one more thing to consider, and that is the string behind your back. Now this string is limited and only lasts for a while before it starts to unravel, which will make Yarny pretty skinny and unable to continue forward. Walking around objects or tying up knots will use more the string, so it's important to try and not be reckless with it. But once you hit one of these red string posts, you will get a new string which also acts as a save point. The game is pretty fair when it comes to its checkpoints, not too many but not too few either. I would not say that there was any point in the game I would call unfair. Every chance they throw at you are telegraphed well and easy to understand. However, there was one part in one level where I did get soft locked from continuing the game. I took this string first and this one last, when it should have done the opposite, but doing this I could not progress more, so I had to restart the level. This only happened once in the game and the levels are not long, so I didn't really get mad at this. I do wish the game had a system where you could load a checkpoint before the current one, but I digress. Okay, I can't go any longer without talking about this, but man, the visuals in this game looks gorgeous. When this game was released back in 2016, I thought this was the best looking game I have ever seen to this day. Like the environments and the details, it's insane. I seriously thought they were just filming live action footage and just put Yarny in front of it. And even to this day, it looks incredible. The backgrounds looks incredible, the foreground looks beautiful, and the objects around the environment look so detailed. This game looks breathtaking at times. And considering this was made by only 14 people, that's insane. My favorite level visually have to be when you enter the farm during winter. The snow alongside this beautiful warm sunlight created such an amazing atmosphere, and it's so gorgeous to look at. I can't get it off of it, it's so fucking good. And the case in that same level looks so cool. I love the use of blue colors. But I can't mention the visuals without talking about the music accompanying it, because oh my god, it is so good. From the very moment you start the game and get to the main menu, you're hit with this absolutely beautiful theme that evokes warmness, sadness, but as well as happiness. And the rest of the soundtrack is just incredible as well. Morning Frost is calm yet soothing, giving off these morning vibes. In this level case, a morning on the farm. Or Rusted Apart, the way it evokes such emotion is just incredible. All these incredible pieces were created by Henrik Oja and Frida Johansen. The developer wanted to hire these two as they were local composers. They perfectly understood what the music should sound like when being in these environments. A soundtrack that could tell a story on its own. They used local folk music as something to be inspired with and managed to create this incredible soundtrack after that. I can't think of a game that sounds similar to Unravl, and it makes it feel so much more like its own thing. These two, they did a phenomenal job with the soundtrack. Being made by a Swedish studio, the game as well gives off major Scandinavian vibes. Not only with the way the house is decorated and designed, but the nature as well. Walking through the forest with the mushrooms, the beach with the crabs and crab cages, to the intense freezing snow weather at night. As a Scandinavian myself, this was really special to me and really cool to see. Like, this is exactly how the environments are here too. Throughout the different environments, our adorable little buddy of Yarn will encounter several hazards, like water, active machines, crows and crabs. He can't fight back, so you need to find a way to get around them. The crows especially were a bit tricky in this one part of the level, as you need to hide as soon as possible or else get taken away from them. This is also when the soundtrack gets really intense and it works so well. Like I said earlier, the main goal of the game is to get to the end of the stage and collect the ribbon, but alongside each stage are 5 more extra memories to collect. These can either be hidden in levels or be tricky to get. Sometimes it was obvious how to get a certain emblem, but other times it could be really tricky. I would scratch my head thinking how it would even be possible to get some of these. I am glad to say though that none of them are hidden in a bullshit way, like not hidden too well, and figuring out ways to get them feels pretty good and really satisfying. Now, this game does have a story, but it's very subtle. Not one line of dialogue is said in the game, and it's all told through its environments and music. And of course, the memories you pick up. We see her being with her grandchildren alongside her husband, but right in the beginning of the first level, they change the picture to one where she's alone, which does have its implications. Several of the first levels are her happy memories, like going to the beach with the grandkids, playing in the snow and being around the farmlands. But later on, the memories start to become more depressing. One of the last levels has you platforming through several machines and almost getting crushed by one in the end. Not to mention the emblem you collect in the end gets torn in half with the other piece flying away, this being in the shape of a heart. This level is meant to represent her husband and his death. Her husband got sick of a heart disease and has been taking pills to help through it, but one day he has a heart attack and despite the paramedics' best effort, he unfortunately dies. His death is being reflected by the machine in the end, crushing the car. And with the other heart piece being torn in half, the woman's long lost love has been lost. It's even more reflecting during the final level through the intense storm of snow. It's super cold and dark with a lot of wind trying to blow you back, preventing you from moving forward. This is meant to represent her hardship with her husband being dead, feeling alone in the dark, cold without him being there for her. With the wind representing her having a hard time moving forward in her life. And in the end, our little guy's body falls down and gets unraveled completely. That is until someone picks the emblem they had up and Yarny starts from a bag in this warm and beautiful forest during the day. Not having any threats or danger, but just you flying around grabbing on these lights. I see this level as an acceptance and her being able to move forward. I also want to mention again, the music here is just fantastic. It is so magical and so beautiful. Despite her husband being gone, she still has her kids, which also had their own kids. A family that loves her as much as she loves them. Despite her husband being gone, the memories will never fade away. And in the end, Yarny does manage to return all the emblems and the memories are restored. Not only that, but the picture on the table is fixed, showing the full picture again. And with that, the credit music hits us, and man, it is so amazing. I love it. I can't get over the soundtrack. It's so good. It hits you so much, and despite how short this game is, it really felt like a beautiful, proper adventure. Just this one being into someone's mind. I really do love this game. It is one I will forever hold dear to my heart. An incredible work of art being made by 14 talented people. It's a game I think everyone should give a try, especially for how cheap it is. $20 is absolutely worth it. I'm also just sad, however, how this game feels forgotten about when it is one of the most charming games I have ever played. Surprisingly though, it did actually get a sequel in 2018. This one being more focused on playing with another person. I never played the second one, but it looks just as charming as the first one. So one day I'll definitely play it and maybe make a video about it. But for now, I thank you all for watching this video and I'll see you all next time.